Get on your grind, shorty K.
I gave them something to believe in, you know they ain't believe it. Tried to show them the vision, they ain't zoom in to see it. Told them about these heights, they said it's too high to reach it. And that had me feeling like Mike, I told them you gotta beat it. See, it's diamonds in your soul, but you gotta dig a lot deeper. See, all of our minds been exposed, but I've been changing the frequency. Sending my prayers and affirmations, way past where them eagles be. What I learned in my returns is not all things you need to see. You gotta feel it, the negative talk, the negative thoughts, and you gotta kill it. I know that it's hard and it leaves scars and it ain't appealing, but you gotta heal it. There's lessons in every little layer, but you gotta peel it. Cause the best way to get some air is removing your ceiling. Look, trust me, I know cause I did it. Hit rock bottom, looked around like, damn, what the fuck I do with it? I remembered the levels and picked up my shovel and I started digging until I got dizzy. And trust me, the spirit been busy. I'm back and I'm paid and I'm busy, so feel like I'm acting the way that you get it. This is for back in the day when they just shit it. I gave them something to believe in, you know they ain't believe it. Tried to show them the vision, they ain't zoom in to see it. Told them about these heights, they said it's too high to reach it. And that had me feeling like Mike, I told them you gotta beat it.
Come on. Yes, Thirsty. Peace, love, and light. It's the God, Lord Christopher, the Living Survivor Manual, and I'm back with another download straight from the cosmos. AP. Remember, someone has to see your greatness. Why not start with yourself? Stay blessed, always finesse. Definitely trust the Most High's process, the truest keys to success. Amen. Look, I feel good today. You know what I'm saying? Feeling good today. Got my hair cut. You feel me? I had to get right. I had to get nice. Today is going to be a very, very productive day, productive night, rather. We got a lot of things going on that we'll discuss later on in the show, man. But other than that, man, how y'all doing, man? You know, I hope everybody is out there being their best version of themselves, being the greatest versions of themselves, constantly improving, upgrading, and elevating to be, you know, just the overall best in their craft. Whatever it is, man, I hope you out here seeing your greatness and pushing yourself to step into just, you know, another another gear. You feel me? Another level. Every day I've been, you know, doing something different to, you know, push my mind, push my body, push my spirit to the next level. And I can honestly say, your boy feel good. Your boy feel good. So, you know, with that, I hope y'all out here feeling good. You feel me? Today is episode 30 of the Sea of Greatness podcast. Again, man, I appreciate everybody that has been tapping in, constantly, you know, uplifting me, expressing to me how I uplift them. And we, you know, continue to just collab and connect and build, man. Like iron sharpens iron for sure, for sure. So that's what I aim to do. A lot of you all have also been pivotal in helping me see my greatness every single day. Like this is a forever learning experience as long as you have the ability to walk and talk, you know, the word of the Most High and yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Choose to be the best, grow to be the best, grow to be the greatest. So without further ado, man, you know, we're gonna go ahead and hop into the episode of the day. Um, you know, we're gonna go through our spiel. You know, we got the seasons that we're going through, the knowledge that I want to give you, the new upgrades that we're gonna tap into, TPQ, thought provoking questions, this day 20, and then you know, we're gonna get out of here with wisdom for our vision. All right. Now, without further ado, all right, the vibes here at SYG Studios are to motivate, educate, and enlighten our people to achieve greatness through seeking new ways to invest in themselves. Everything is high level, what we think, what we say, and definitely how we act and feel. But before we get into the energy, take the time to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We love engagement over here and understand that a village pushes the trend, not just one individual fam. The support is much appreciated. Also, take the time to visit the link. All right. Take the time to visit the link. What that allows you to do is join the SYG community on all social platforms. You can also sign up for our SMS and email text list. All right, what happens or what comes with that is that you'll be updated on new episodes. You'll be updated on new merch drops. You'll be updated on new projects and events that we will be producing as we grow, as we become bigger. All right, you can also connect with me with one-on-one consultations if you need guidance on personal development and so much more. All right, our aim is not to only grow the brand or this legacy, but reach at least 500K. Yeah, I said 500K individuals who want, need, and are seeking the knowledge to live a more abundant life. Now, well, all the information being provided, all right, I do want to send out a quick disclaimer. Please take the time to do your own research, family. It's very, very vital. My content is intended to be used for motivational purposes only. Always do your own analysis based on your own current circumstances. Now, y'all already know. All together, we're gonna we're gonna step into our armor. We're gonna step into our God body energy. Right? We're gonna inhale peace, and we're gonna exhale so we can receive that growth and ultimately see our greatness. All right. So we're gonna inhale peace. Exhale growth. Now see your greatness. Now here's what we learning. Here's what we tapping into today. Today again is episode 30 of the See Your Greatness podcast. And today's title is If It Don't, It Won't. Now, the reason I came up with the topic of this title is actually shout out to Cuzzo, Curtis, man, CJ, love you, bro. Um, Curtis, me and him have grew up in life and seen so many different things, right? That molded us into being the men that we are today. And he has went through some traumatic, moments as we all have. However, he's somebody that has always kept a positive mindset about life, about our experiences in life, about who we are as people, how we have been molded and created into being, the individuals that we are in this life. Like, he's just always been a very uplifting and motivating being in my life. Like, that's my brother. You feel me? Like, we've been riding we've been riding since the mongoose and the pegs on the bike. You feel me? So we was chopping it up today, like we always do as brothers, as we sharpen each other's iron. um we were just chopping it up about family. We was chopping it up about, how we are feeling at the ages that we are right now, the things that we have been growing and realizing as we get wiser. You feel me? We're 33 years old, right? And or 33 years new, and we're learning how to be husbands. We're learning how to be, fathers. We're learning how to just step into different roles that we didn't, really have a good foundation growing up of how to maneuver as such. So we were talking today, and in our talk, he came up with this title. If it don't, it won't. Cause if you don't move, nothing outside of that you desire or the goals that you are trying to reach will move for you. Like if I don't go out here and seek that job, I won't obtain the job. If I don't go out here and seek a wife or a husband, I won't obtain a wife or a husband. If I don't, try to go learn how to be a better father and get around like-minded individuals who want to learn how to be and live an abundant life, I won't have those things around me. So he was just pouring into me as we pour into each other's cup. Like, he was just stating, like, bro, like, that's what the word means. That's what wisdom means. You feel me? Y'all know I preach about that on my channel wholeheartedly. Like, that's what it means to obtain and pray for the things that you want. Yeah, you're praying and you're talking, having that talk with God. However, God said, listen, like, I'm asking you to come talk to me, to counsel with me, so I can, get you out of a state of confusion. I can get you out of a state of fear. I can get you out of a state of indecisiveness. However, in our talks, I want you to be able to utilize the tools that I've already given you and now start to move in love, power, and a sound mind so that you can obtain those goals and those desires. That's what the talks are about. That's what seeking high counsel is about. It's about bringing you back to the present. It's about making you more aware of what you're going through and the things you're going to continue to go through as you are walking in mission, as you are walking in one accord. So he was just like, yo, if it don't, it won't. If it won't, it don't. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you won't go out here and, seek new skills, if you won't go out here and try to seek about how you can break free of generational patterns, then you won't be able to um achieve any of those outcomes. You're not going to allow yourself to even be able to visualize how it can be possible. If you are, if you don't, or if you won't even take the chance to visualize it and see it within your own self, in your own mind, honestly, you don't deserve it, because that's a choice that you're making. That's a decision that you're making. It's different if you're ambitious, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature, and you're trying, versus you just not doing it because you don't want to. If I don't, I won't. If I don't seek out how to obtain financial literacy and see how I can obtain investors in business, in projects, and what I'm trying to build, not only for myself but for the people that are within the community that I work in, then I won't be able to, ever achieve those goals. And that was just a real conversation that we was having today, man. Like, again, these past couple of months have been tragic. You feel me? And I know I'm not the only one. However, we have tools, family. If you have a sane mind, if you have a physical body and a ability to walk, talk, see, hear, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got inspired by a guy. Shout out to Mr. Antoine Craig, right? He runs Legendary You. I'm shouting him out today. So if he sees this, he's a clinical mental health counselor and a mental performance coach. And he doesn't have the gift of sight, right? So if y'all understand what I'm saying, rock with me right now. So he doesn't have the gift of sight at the moment. However, all of his other abilities are so much stronger, right? He has the ability to use a sound mind. He has the ability to, hear and listen on a whole nother level. He has the ability to also not only listen on a whole nother level, communicate, his thoughts and his emotions and his feelings and his spirit on a whole nother level, to the point that he hasn't allowed his disability to become a hindrance to what God has given him the ability to do. And he pours into so much of the youth around here. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of us can do that if we put our mind to it. If we get to the point, that saying of like, yo, if I don't, I won't. If I don't go out here and get it, I won't get it. You feel what I'm saying? So that was just like a real powerful talk that we had, and that transitions me into wanting to talk about transitioning in your spiritual, right? Transitioning effectively, or tips on how to effectively transition through your spiritual seasons. We've been talking to how to transition through these seasons, being that September is coming up. It is the season of transition. It is the transition into the fourth quarter, like Kobe. You feel what I'm saying? Trying to close the game out, trying to close out the championship. They say the first and the fourth quarter are the most important. How you start and how you end your year, right? In whatever aspect that you are doing that or you are seeking to improve in. And again, that's mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, or all four. You feel what I'm saying? If whatever you have challenged yourself to do, or whatever drives you, or whatever God has, put you on track to do, the first and the fourth are the most important. So we're in that transition period, September, where you pretty much got to gather all your tools, family, and give it all you got. You feel you've been through the war. You feel what I'm saying? You know what's coming. You know what's here. So now it's time for you to either put up or shut up. I mean, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it a band with y'all. Put up or shut up. So we're gonna transition. We're gonna set the foundation of transitioning in our spiritual season. And I'm gonna give y'all tips on that. And then we're gonna go over some new upgrades. And y'all know, in new upgrades, we just review some of the news that's been happening within the world. Articles, readings, interviews that we might just look at, or that I'm inspired by, for sure. Y'all know I always watch my guy Myron Golden, always watching Jim Rohn, always watching Earn Your Leisure, 19 Keys, High Level Conversations, Billy Carson, Dr. Be Serious, Black Magic 363. I can go on and on and on. I study, man. I study and study and study and study, so that when it's my time to give my perspective on what I've learned, and the results that I've yielded from utilizing some of the practices that they've tried, I did it. You feel me? So nobody can tell me different, because I put the work in. You feel me? If you don't, you won't. you you won't be able to understand where I'm coming from if you haven't put that work in. So after that, then we're gonna hop into TPQ, day 20, and wisdom. So how to transition in your through the season spiritually, right? Let's go ahead and go jot down these tips right quick. I hope you got your pad and your pen, because you should be taking notes. These things are very, very important. And once I realized that you have to get these thoughts out of your mind onto paper, you have to have a blueprint. That's when my life changed for the better. Let me go ahead and go into my tips. I have these things written down. I have these things written down. This is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a good one. Okay, so transitioning spiritually through your different seasons requires an open heart. All right, mindfulness and a willingness to adapt. Here are some tips to help you navigate spiritual transitions effectively. So number one, we wrote down cultivate mindfulness. All right, this is definitely something that I had to do. Practice mindfulness to stay present and connected to your spiritual journey in each season. Each season is going to be different. You're going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs, you're going to have where you just feel balanced. You need to be mindful in each and every one of those moments. Always focus on your nouns. You feel what I'm saying? Not to say don't go back and study your past so that you can be in your present now. However, um focus more on your present now so you can know what not to repeat and what tweaks you need to change and make for your future. Focus on the present moment and your current spiritual experiences. What have you experienced up until the point that you are in right now? Right now that you have visualized that, and you see where you are right now, have you progressed or have you declined? Right? That's how you cultivate your mindfulness. Embrace change, family. Number two, understand that your spiritual journey will evolve and change as you move through different seasons. You're gonna grow, all right? Um, but you gotta move. That's the most important part there. You have to move through the different seasons. If you stay stagnant, and if you stay still in a hailstorm, I mean, let's think about it. Best believe you're gonna get hit with all tons of things. Until you move out the way, find shelter. Right? Embrace the fact, like, yo, there's a hailstorm. However, I have tools around me that I can utilize to keep me safe and protected during this time. Embrace change as a natural part of your growth and development. Facts. Number three, explore different practices. Experiment with various spiritual practices that align with the energy of the current season. I'm a firm believer of this. I grew up in a Christian household. I think my grandma, there's so many different denominations or nominations, whatever. Um, but I grew up in a household where, um, pretty much, if you don't read the Bible, you don't know nothing. If you don't go to church, then you don't know nothing. If you're not Christian, like, that's the type of household. And that's just my perspective of how I felt. Like, I was having a conversation with my bro the other day, and I was like, bro, like, growing up, church and reading the Bible, it wasn't something that I felt was cool. Like, they didn't um try to persuade me, I guess, properly, and getting in tune with, what was in the word, or what was in the book, or what was in, the practice. Like, I wasn't swayed, in the proper manner, how I feel. However, as I got wiser, I started to understand that, like, in that book is many dope stories. There's many dope stories on relationships. There's many dope stories on finances. It's stories. I mean, for my people who like drama, like, it's so many different stories in that book that you can, pretty much decipher and see yourself in it and learn how to maneuver throughout this world. Bible stands for basic instructions before leaving earth. So when you go into it with that mindset and that understanding, you'll be able to, get a better feel of it. However, that's still not to say, like, don't dabble and read other books like the Kabbalion, right? Like, this is a different practice. These are like the Hermetic practices, right? And they get deeper on a metaphysical level, right? Quantum physical level, and teaching how, energy is important. You know what I'm saying? Not just the energy that you have when you're charging your iPhone battery, but the energy that lies within you, and how that is connected to the earth, how that's connected to the universe, how that is connected with different people, and how you can still be connected to different um people through what we call energy cords. Like, it's deep. You feel me? And but you'll never know if you don't take the time to embrace these different things or explore these different things. Adapt your meditation, prayer, or ritual practice to suit your spiritual needs at that time. You have to find what works for you. What is your system? I've been able to cultivate and take in different skills and mantras and different prayers and different um sources that I could use when it comes to cultivating Drew Christopher. You feel me? Lord Christopher. You feel me? Like, I'm the governor of this vessel. You feel what I'm saying? God said, hey, look, this is the body that I gave you to have dominion over, right? Not only is this the body or the temple that I gave you to have dominion over, you also have dominion over any and every desire to have in your life. You have dominion over anything that's in your aura space that you are, pretty much transmitting into something positive or negative. Like, that's what karma means. Like, whatever you do, it comes right back into you tenfold. So I'm giving you dominion over all of that too, and that is from, the essence that I instilled in you, which is the breath, spirit. That's something that never leaves you. I instilled that into you, and what comes with that is the power of language, the power of word, the power of thoughts, and how all these things are connected. So it's like, once you have to get on a deeper level of understanding that you will always be in as long as you are breathing, forever learning experiences, and it's okay to learn different practices. It's not going to kill you unless it is, like, literally danger. Like, you can literally see and feel within your energy that it does not resonate, it does not feel good, and it's something that, you should not be practicing. You will know. Trust me. Trust me. Reflect and journal about your spiritual experiences and insights during each season. Reflect on how your connection to your spirituality is evolving. Like, I'm huge on, like, learning about chakras and, like, energy points, right? Like, I've been able to um meditate to the point that I know my true powers, what lies within me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, understanding on a deeper level of why I can, you know, rub my feet on carpet ground and touch somebody and it shocks them, right? Because there's an energy, there's a power that resides inside of me, right? That can be used to, right, transmit and create, you know, material things, thoughts, words outside of me, right? Just understanding those type of things. What else we got? What else we got? We have number 5, seek guidance and wisdom. Connect with spiritual mentors, teachers, or guides who can offer insights during your transition. It's always important to go find your coach. Everybody needs a Phil Jackson. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody needs a Mike Tomlin. Everybody needs a George Thompson. Like, these are just coaches that I know off the top of my head. You know, everybody needs a Lord Christopher. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody needs a Curtis Jennings. Everybody needs a Joel and Silo. Like, everybody needs an Antoine Craig. Like, everybody needs somebody that can educate them on something that they're ignorant about. Being ignorant isn't a bad thing. It just means that you lack the truth. And a way to get out of ignorance is to bring yourself into knowledge. The accumulation of truth. Somebody that has accumulated truth, right? And then you got understanding, which is like the accumulation, or more so like the comprehension of truth, right? And then you got wisdom, which is the assimilation of truth, like putting truth into action. I gotta drink my coconut water. All right. Next we got seek wisdom from spiritual texts or literature that resonate with your current journey. Like I said earlier, you know, I got what book I got over there. I have my Bible, of course. Read that. Woke Doesn't Mean Broke by Billy Carson. He also has another book called The Emerald Tablets that teaches you more about, you know, the essence of who you are, what you come from on many different levels as well. Um, what's another? The Kabbalion, um, and that's by the Three Initiates. Think and Grow Rich is a good one. Um, yeah, man, those are my top books. Those are my top books, or my top literatures or texts that I would suggest. And then, you know, you got Google at your disposal. I would say use your discernment, but research the topics that you want to learn about. Connect with nature. Number 6, spend time in nature to connect with the natural cycles and rhythms that mirror your own spiritual journey. Nature can provide inspiration, grounding, and a sense of connection. Nature is the honestly the best classroom in the world. It always remains the same. It always listens to its assignment, and it's one of the only things that never complains about what transpires in the world. It knows what it's supposed to do. God created it and programmed it in that way. We are the only beings in this world that have the like ability of like logic and reasoning and, you know, things of that nature, to the point that we question a lot of stuff, and, you know, we become distracted about things. I understand what it means to be human being. You gonna be being anything that you allow into your being. We're habitual, you know, well, habitual creatures, or we're habitual beings by nature. So whatever we, you know, do on a daily basis or receive on a daily basis, that's what we essentially become. So connecting with nature and understand that it always remains the same. It's always constant in what it does. The sun always comes up and it always goes down, and the moon always goes up and it goes down. Whatever it does, it doesn't change. Grass is always going to be green, and then it leaves, and then leaves fall off. Like, you see, we've seen that same story or that same movie as long as we've been alive. Connecting with nature is the best thing that you can do. It's the one thing that truly listens to the creator. If it had ears, but the energy listens to the creator. Practice gratitude. Cultivate a gratitude practice to appreciate the lessons and blessings each season brings, right? Focus on what you've learned and how you've grown. Like I've definitely feel like gratitude is my number one. I've always had gratitude. I've always had the ability to just be thankful even in the worst of circumstances. You feel what I'm saying? It's just like I've always just had like that mind that, I mean, yeah, it happened, but did it really affect you? You feel what I'm saying? And it could have affected me in that moment. Or I could have realized that it was worse than what I thought it was later on in life. However, I still always have that mindset like, yeah, but it could be worse. When I started thinking about that, like, yo, like there's somebody that's living life worse than me right now and what I think my worst is. So why not just live in what I feel like my best is? Stop worrying about that. Worry isn't of God, yo. Worry isn't of God. Stress isn't of God. Not being in gratitude is not of God. Period. And a being of God is like if we're made in that image, it's literally being in your high mind. Are you in your high mind or are you in your low mind? Are you vibing high? Are you on high frequency for real, for real? Or are you in low energy type? You know what I'm saying? Like what really got your attention? You feel what I'm saying? Like what really are your intentions? You feel what I'm saying? Like those type of things. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Um, Focus on what you've learned and how you've grown. Big key. You feel what I'm saying? Always take notes of each and every upgrades that you experience in your life, even downgrades. Take note of that. Take notes when you relapse. Take notes when you take a step back. Like take notes when you you get out of character and you step into somebody how you was when you probably was in like ninth grade versus who you are now as a corporate woman. Like take notes of that when you have those trigger moments. It's a part of the learning experience. My mentees texting me. All right, stay open minded. Approach each season with an open mind and heart, ready to learn and receive new insights. It's nothing wrong with learning something new. I learn something new every day. It only like you upgrade your iPhone, don't you? You upgrade your computer. You upgrade your whip, your car almost all the time. You upgrade your feet every day when it comes to buying them new J's every year. You update your spirit. You ain't gonna update your mind. You ain't gonna update your body. Like, come on, man. We living life backwards out here if we're not doing that. Let go of preconceived notions and allow your spirituality to unfold naturally. Let be free, man. Not be free now. I and don't say Drew, don't say Lord Christopher told you to go out here and just be just be free. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is like you need to be able to understand that there's a whole world out here for you to experience. So be open minded to things that you've never seen before, heard before, felt before. Be open minded to it because the more and more, I'm sorry, camera acting crazy. The more and more that you open yourself up to new things, like you get comfortable with being uncomfortable, you unlock a new ability within yourself. I ain't designed it that way. That's just how it is. You feel what I'm saying? And I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad. It's been working for me. It's been working for me. Try it out. Listen to your intuition. Tune into your intuition and inner guidance to navigate your spiritual journey. Trust your instincts when making decisions related to your spiritual practices. Like, you, right? I would think so. I would think that you know who you are. I would think that you know and you are aware of your thoughts, your emotions, and your feelings. If not, then we need to work on that. But if you are somebody who is aware of who you are and what's right, what's wrong, how something makes you feel, knowing you shouldn't head to that person's like crib at 2:30, you know what that person want, baby. Fellas, you feel what I'm saying? You shouldn't be taking that girl on a date for real, for real. She been around the corner. Like, you on different vibes, King. Like, we gotta follow our intuition. We gotta notice those red flags. And most of the time, the red flags hit us spiritually and we ignore it. We ignore it. You feel me? So, hey man, listen to your intuition. Listen to your gut. Your gut is your first brain. You feel what I'm saying? That's why it's like whenever you feel something within your stomach, it just hit different than when you feel it in your head or your brain. It hit different. Connect with community, engage with like-minded individuals who share your spiritual interests, participate in group discussions, workshops, or retreats to enhance your spiritual journey. Facts, man. You got to connect with people that connect to you or people that you connect with. Like I'm not gonna sit in a room full of people that I can't understand even when I'm trying to. It's just not. It's just not. We just not coinciding. We're not clicking. We're not parallel on any level. Like, don't stick around for that. Find somebody that you vibe with. Find somebody that you connect with. Find a group of people that you vibe and connect with and share like interests, share common goals, common interests, passions, those different things, right? Practice self compassion. Be kind to yourself during periods when your spiritual connection may feel less intense. Understand that spiritual journeys have ebbs and flows. Facts. There's been times, man, like I'll go into meditation, I'll go pray, and I just don't feel or hear like God is listening. It's like I'm talking to myself. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you are, because what I've learned to grow and understand is it's like, yo, I've already given you the answer. Because remember, we are habitual, and sometimes some of us don't go talk to our high counsel unless something is wrong. So you're gonna have those seasons, right, where you just don't feel as spiritually connected, probably because you aren't as spiritually connected, and you need to know and be able to identify that at that moment, and then get back on your square, get back in your pocket, like Floyd. You heard? Like, you got to notice those things, but then you just got to notice when it's just like, yo, everything is gonna be all right. You just need to chill, relax. All right. So, and then last but not least, stay bold. Cultivate boldness as you transition through different spiritual seasons. Recognize that you are always learning and growing on your spiritual path. Remember that spirituality, all right, it's a deeply personal and unique journey. What works for one person may not work for another person, family. Trust yourself. Stay open to the guidance of the universe and honor the changes that come with each spiritual season. It don't get no better than those tips. Each and every one of those tips I followed, and I'm in a place to where I feel as though I know myself as a man, what my mission, excuse me, what my mission is to do on this, on this realm, on this planet, in this earth, in this world. I know what my desires are. I know what my plans are. I know what my visions are. I know my four horsemen. You feel what I'm saying? I know my four horsemen, CJ. You heard? I know my four horsemen. So with that being said, like, with me knowing that I got the creator of all creation on my side, on both sides, in my front, and like, come on, how can I lose? Tell me, how can I lose? How can we lose? Because that's just not something that I possess. We all possess that. We all have the ability to tap in. Ayo, God, you know what I'm saying? This is job that I want to apply for, and it's offering 100K a year, and I want it. He'll be like, all right, do dot dot dot. You got it. That's simple. Versus you want to walk in a space or energy with somebody that wants to put fear in your heart, wants to put anxiety in your heart, wants to put indecisiveness in your heart, wants to keep you away from knowing who you truly are, what you truly are, what you're truly capable of, the things that you can do. Like, nah, man, we've been there, done that. You feel what I'm saying? We've been there, done that. That's out of here. We ain't rocking like that no more. This is a new generation. This is a new time in our lives, in my generation at least, to where it's like, nah, like we connecting the dots now. We understand how it went down back then, and we got a vision of future for ourselves. We changing some things right now. A lot of things are changing for us if you have your eyes open, y'all. If you have your mind open, if you have your spirit open, if you are receiving the proper guidance and the proper tools, to ensure that you are transitioning effectively and efficiently through these seasons. Fourth quarter, y'all. We we technically in the fourth quarter, y'all. You feel me? You coming out and you leaving with your ring and your jerseys in the rafters, or you feel me? You got to go hit it again in off season and see where you end up at the end of the year next year. What we doing? I know I elevated so much over this past couple years. Every single day I see something different. I see a change. It could be the smallest of things. Smallest of things, talking to somebody new, working on a new project, getting new money. You feel what I'm saying? Going out and doing something simple like getting a haircut, bro. Like self-care, like elevate on another level every single day. Just find something that you want to elevate in. Just find something. Find something. Find something that sparks you, yo. Find something that helps you see your greatness. All right? All right. Now, let's go ahead and tap into some new knowledge, man. I was reading an article today on Michael O'Hare. He's the one I believe who had the movie The Cylon Story, right? On how he got adopted by the Sean Lee and Ann Tahoy, and they produced that movie. He ended up going to the NFL and things of that nature. Well. And this is for all my athletes out here. All right. I like sports and things of that nature, but I like to learn about, how the type of decisions that they make financially, the type of decisions that they make in their mental and just spiritual space, how they lead their lives or live their lives outside of just the sport. So I was reading this article on how, pretty much Michael O'Hare, I'm gonna bring it up for y'all. Present, share screen, entire screen, bam, share. All right, let's go ahead and do, there we go. All right, so bam, so I was reading this article and it was saying like, yo, peep game, Buddy didn't get paid a dime from, pretty much his image, name, and likeness. And this is why it's very, very important, again, to all my athletes, that y'all are reading y'all contracts, making sure that you got a strong team on your side, and that you have, a sound mind, man, because this is wild. So Michael O'Hara accuses the Tahoys of hiding 19 years worth of financial records from him. Like, this is why it's important to work on, understanding or gaining knowledge in all aspects. Like, money isn't evil, y'all. Obtaining money is not evil. The root of all money is not the root of all evil. It is not. That is a facade. You feel what I'm saying? The root of all evil is your energy and what you're carrying, your intentions. It's the person behind the money. It is not the money. You feel what I'm saying? If anything, the environment can be the root of all evil. Come on now, like let's really talk about it. But Michael O'Hara accuses Tahoe of hiding 19 years worth of financial records from him. NFL veteran Michael O'Hara alleges that his conservators, and let's look up the definition of conservators so we can understand. That's what this is about too, educating and learning. Look up conservators. Conservators. It is. In certain areas of England, conservators are statutory bodies which manage areas of countryside for the use of the public. So it pretty much was like, from what I got from that definition, a conservator is somebody that, manages all of Michael's, finances, pretty much manages him. Sean and Lee Ann Tahoe flagrantly disregarded their statutory and fiduciary duties over 19 years. Retired NFL player Michael O'Hara, whose life story inspired the Oscar-winning, or The Blind Side, I said Sideline Story, Oscar-winning film The Blind Side, is alleging that he has not seen any money from the use of his name, image, and likeness. Like, imagine not receiving anything from your own name, your own image, and your own likeness. I mean, we do that on a daily basis anyways, though, right? We allow Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and Threads and all these companies to utilize our name, image, and likeness for data, right? And we don't get anything for that. But what, a quick like? Sometimes some of us don't get likes. Some of us don't get reposts. Like, so it's like we're pretty much letting them collect our data for nothing. That's why I strive to build my own platform. I deserve to receive all my royalties. I deserve to receive all my publishing, all my intellectual property is mine. It comes from me. So he wasn't able to get money from the use of his name, his image, and his likeness. And that you stealing from God. We made in the image of the Most High. So you stealing from God. You feel me? He claims that his conservators previously believed to be his adoptive parents flagrantly disregarded their statutory and fiduciary duties to him during that time. So fiduciary, let's look that up. Involving trust, especially with regard to relationships between a trustee and a beneficiary, held or given in trust. So they weren't doing their duties as they were supposed to handle his trust, depending for its value on securities as opposed to gold or the reputation of the issuer. A trustee, okay, so they weren't doing their duties on the trust to him during that time. It's the latest development in the offensive line's lawsuit against the Tahoe family, where O'Hare accused in legal documents last week of tricking him into a conservatorship instead of adopting him as a 19-year-old and allegedly filching millions in revenue from the 2009 film that starred Sandra Bullock. In response to the lawsuit last week, Sean and Leanne Tahoe's attorney, Martin D. Singer, accused O'Hare of repeatedly attempting to shake down the couple for $15 million. The 37-year-old athlete's legal team filed a motion in Tennessee probate court on Monday to compel accounting from Leanne and Sean Tahoe, requesting a response within 2 weeks. In the filing, obtained Tuesday by the Times, O'Hare accused the couple of keeping nearly 2 decades worth of financial information from their ward. That's crazy. Whom they had referred to for years as their adopted son, and used him for their business and marketing ventures without his fully informed consent. So again, y'all, it's not the money. It's not the money. It's the people. Mm-hmm. Nowhere in there does it say money did this, money did that. It said that Leanne and Sean Tahoe was the people behind this, allegedly, right? Okay, so co-conservators have failed to file the first accounting within 7 months of their 2004 appointment. Have excuse me, y'all, and have failed to timely file a single accounting for the last 19 years. The court never granted an extension of time for doing so. The motion said, accusing the Tahoes of a failure to uphold their fiduciary duty to do so. That failure, O'Hare's attorney argued, meant that the athlete was excluded from knowing the full extent of any contracts negotiated on his behalf by his co-conservators, particularly the 2006 contract negotiated with what was then 20th Century Fox for the Michael Lewis book, The Blind Side, The Evolution of the Game. The book, written by Sean Tahoe's childhood friend, was adapted into the John Lee Hancock film that starred Quentin Aaron as O'Hare and Bullock as his Spitfire adoptive mom. Y'all, and I'm not gonna continue to read into this, but and y'all can catch this. It was in posted on the Los Angeles Times. I'm subscribed to the Apple News platform. This is where I come up here and just try to gauge on daily news that's happening. And this was something that was very interesting because these are things that happen oh so often. This happens all the time. How our young men, you feel what I'm saying, and women are not educated on what just conservator. I didn't know what conservator mean until I just looked that up. And as I started like experiencing, like, hold on, I don't know the definition to this word and that and things and that. And that's where I started like, yo, I wonder who else doesn't know this. I wonder who else isn't privy to things like this. Like, y'all should take the time to like just download little apps that help you learn about new words and their definitions and what they mean and things of that nature. It'll change your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all need to understand more why they used to say, if you want to keep something from a person of beautiful gold color, put it in a book. They ain't gonna read it. They're gonna be so fearful to read a book. You feel what I'm saying? That's what they did to some people. You feel what I'm saying? And this is what it leads to. The people tricking you out of, you know what I'm saying, what you should have versus just being like, come on, man. Come on. That's crazy. And I'm pretty sure if they would have just chopped it up with him as far as what they were gonna do, like the type of investments that they would probably make, you feel what I'm saying, and included him in on these deals, I'm pretty sure he would have allowed it to go through. Like they adopted him, from his understanding. So he probably would have gave them the world, yo. I know he would have. He would have gave them the world anyways. However, we live in times sometimes where it's just like you gotta stay on your square. You gotta protect your aura, and you just gotta know what you're setting yourself up for. And like the biggest key that I can give is like, yo, to be honest, we need to all start understanding that we're ignorant to something. We don't know everything, so that should push you more and more and more to times over to try to figure out like how you can become less ignorant of things. So that's a new upgrade for y'all, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why protect what's yours? Protect your name, protect your image, protect your likeness. You feel what I'm saying? Understand what that means. You feel what I'm saying? And like I feel like that's definitely, especially for my athletes, man. Like, my nephew is an athlete. He plays football and he has dreams and aspirations of going into the NFL. Like, I'll never let him get involved with some attorney or agent, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna try to rip him off. Nah. Uncle Christopher took the time to learn about these things so that when it came time for him to excel on that level, yo, you got somebody. We gonna keep this in-house. Or I'm gonna let you know who is able and unable to be able to represent you, bro. Nah, we're not rocking like that. We're not rocking like that no more, family. Now over here at SYG Studios. You heard? So, yeah, man, that's new upgrades. Let's go ahead and move into TPQ. Day 20 of thought-provoking questions that I would ask I would ask the 1%, you know what I'm saying? Like what they did to get to that level. You know what I'm saying? What drove them? What put them in the mindset of understanding like, yo, like I can do this. You feel me? I know what it is. I know what that energy is. I took the time to just cultivate that within me. You feel me? But it's always dope to just learn different stories on what, got somebody to a particular point in their life. So the question of the day for day 20 of 100 days of thought-provoking questions: what do you consider your greatest accomplishment and why? Now, the answer that I wanted to go with at first was I don't feel like I've obtained like my greatest accomplishment yet. I really don't. And the reason I feel that way is because I still have something within my spirit that's saying, not yet. What Kobe say, job not done. Yeah, I have something in my mind that's still saying job not finished. It's not finished yet. So I mean, that's I'm gonna stick with that. I haven't I don't know what my greatest accomplishment is right now. Now, if I have to pick something, I would say getting married to my wife for sure. That helped, like that alone helped elevate me, my mind, my spirit, my physical to a whole nother level once that happened. Because it's like that person becomes your mirror. That person literally becomes the mirror of what you are doing right, what you are doing wrong, letting you know what you are, what you can be. You feel what I'm saying? Like that was one of my greatest accomplishments, and I did it right from what society or the world considers, doing it right. Um, so yeah, I mean, that's my answer for that. Day 20, what do you consider your greatest accomplishment and why? Don't hesitate to, comment down below in the comments. Don't hesitate to answer this question on the Spotify, on the YouTube. You feel what I'm saying? Let's keep this thing rolling. That was day 20. That was day 20. Um Wisdom for your vision, man. Wisdom for your vision. Let your four horsemen lead you through your desires, goals, visions, dreams, and plans. They got your back. Let your four horsemen lead you through your desires. Goals, visions, dreams, and plans got your back. That's vision. That's wisdom for your vision, man. Shout out to again Cuzzo, CJ, man. He put me onto a lot of game today. We always have talks where we're, again, sharpening each other's minds. And he was just telling me, like, in the field that he's in, they have these things called the four horsemen. You have to dream, you have to have a dream, a vision, a goal, and a plan. And like, his uplines would just tell him, go figure it out. I need a dream, a vision, a goal, and a plan. That's our story. That's the system for our story. Now go figure it out and find that for me. Find a story that has dream in it. Find a story that has vision. Find a story that has goal. Find a story that has plan. You feel what I'm saying? And so when he did that, he ended up giving me tasks. You feel what I'm saying? And from that, I had to develop what an acronym for pretty much SYG Studios. So we got See Your Greatness Studios, but he told me to develop an acronym that tells you what the brand or the legacy is about. And it's about sowing your gifts so that ultimate desires impact other spirits. So that's what SYG Studios, if you break down each and every letter, SYG Studios, it means sow your gifts so that ultimate desires impact other spirits. Right? What are your ultimate desires? You feel what I'm saying? Like, how do you really want to, impact others that are oppressed? So it's actually, I'm sorry, sow your gifts so that ultimate desires impact oppressed spirits, not other spirits. And I came up with this today. He gave me homework. He's been like a coach, especially when it comes to like getting my message and things of that. Now, that's what he do. You feel what I'm saying? He's been doing this for years. I would consider him an expert. So he was like, hey, man, like you need to do this, you need to do that. Get back to me and let me know when you got that. You feel what I'm saying? He also told me to like pose a question, right? He was like, Drew, like, what's your Achilles heel? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it an Achilles heel? Are you going to improve on it? Right? And just giving me game on like, the people got to know who you are. You feel what I'm saying? All you got is your work. Like we talk every single day and have like, compounding talks that are constantly building on top of each other, helping us build each other up and things of that nature. And that allows me to pour into y'all. So, shout out to bro. Love you, man. I love y'all. I know y'all received something from this. Continue to guard and protect your aura. We are in a transition season again. Continue to obtain some knowledge for yourself. It's for you. Like, you wake up every day to be able to obtain knowledge so that you can learn how to live the life that you want to have in the way that you want to live it. Like, get out here and get some knowledge, man. Seek knowledge, man. Get some wisdom, man. Get out of ignorant, man. You feel what I'm saying? Leave foolishness alone. It's not healthy for you. You feel what I'm saying? If the doctor told you to put down fried chicken because it's contributing toward your high cholesterol, your obesity, and things of that nature, and then when you put it down, you see that it has helped you become stronger. Like, there's no difference with ignorance and foolishness. Wisdom, education, and understanding are there for you. Go follow them. And they talking through me. You heard? That's how you plug yourself. But nah, man, that's it for today. That's it for today. Episode 30 of the See Your Greatness podcast. If it don't, it won't. The work has to get done, y'all. The work has to get done. So why not get out and do it? You feel what I'm saying? Sow your gifts so that ultimate desires impact oppressed spirits. You feel what I'm saying? That's the goal and the dream and the vision of See Your Greatness Studios, SYG Studios. We're gonna keep tapping in on this podcast level. There are gonna be new things coming. Trust me, continue to, hit that link. Continue to be the greatest version of yourself. New merch is on the site. Donation box on the site, on the link. You want one-on-one consultation, the link, like everything that you need, I got you. I promise I do. And if I don't got you, I know somebody who does. I pride myself off of being very resourceful. I'm the living survival manual for a reason. I'm the encyclopedia of knowledge for a reason. You feel what I'm saying? So tap in with me. I love y'all. Remember, someone has to see your greatness. Why not start with yourself? Stay blessed. Always finesse. Definitely trust the Most High's process. The truest keys to success. We tied in. We all even, like my guy Kyrie said. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Until next time, man. Hey, go see your greatness. Love.